Listen.
So believe it or not, it took me less than 10 minutes to get ready and looking like this, ready for my first meeting of the day. So I'm going to show you my tips and tricks for a very simple makeup look that will make you feel glamorous and like you're ready to go into the office even when you're working from home. If, like me, you don't get quite as motivated when you're working from home about getting dressed and putting on a full face of makeup and kind of would rather spend the whole day in tracksuit pants than not having done your hair, I know the feeling. So today I'm going to share my simplest makeup. This is the one that I do so that I feel like I'm ready for work without the need to do a full face. So are you ready? And when the makeup tips are used in conjunction with my other video on lighting, you'll become a super connector. Everyone will think you look amazing when you're working from home and like you've got a professional setup, when it's really just cleverly using natural lighting, maybe one fill-in light, and putting a little bit of makeup on. If you're like me, then your morning went something like this. You're up at 6:30, you figure out what you're going to be doing for the day, go downstairs, make breakfast for you and your family, make lunch for the kids, send them off to school, and then you realise it's already 8:45 and you've got 15 minutes to get ready before your 9 o'clock online meeting with your boss and a client you're trying to close a deal with. So, in order to look amazing when you're on camera and really make that connection, here are my tips on how to do that. Hi, I'm Vanessa Ronan-Pearce.
Hi, I'm Nina Ferro.
And welcome to Sound Voices.
1, 2, 3. Listen.
I've been working from home in my little office here for over a year now. And as companies realise that flexible work conditions actually benefit both the organisation, the bottom line, and their employers, it's not something that's going to change even once we have COVID under control. And even though we're working remotely more often and more people are doing it, our lives are not slowing down. We're still doing those client meetings, running pitches, catching up with friends virtually. I even had some birthday drinks virtually last week. Nothing's slowing down. We just have to figure out how to become more adaptable. Part of my morning ritual when I used to actually go into the office was getting dressed, figuring out what I was going to wear, making sure I felt really stylish and glamorous, because I always felt that if I felt good, then my meetings went better. My motivation for doing that certainly dropped off since working from home. So I've figured out a workaround. As I said, I've been doing this for over a year now. So simple ways where I can still feel like I'm making a great impression on camera, I found really important for making sure that my work and my outcomes are still as good as they were when I was working in person and in the office. Today is all about hair and makeup. So we're focusing mainly on skin preparation and makeup, and I'm just going to quickly touch on how I got my hair like this. I think you'll be a little bit surprised. So, like I said, I'm very all about simplicity and things that are quick and easy to do in the morning to get ready and make sure that I feel like I'm looking my best for the meetings that I have throughout the day. So my first tip that I'm going to share with you is a quick and easy way to do your hair. Here we go. So here we are, makeup free, and obviously just room lighting and a bit of daylight lighting. So this is my slept in day 3 hair, which I'm just going to update a little bit. So it won't be quite as messy, but I'm not going to redo it. So there we go, quick update. Brushed, neatened up, and stuck into a low bun. So, because I've got really long hair, sometimes it takes a long time to wash and dry and style, and this way I can go to the gym later and not have to worry about it or anything else. So, quick tip, figure out a style that you like to work with and see if you can sleep in it, and just do a quick update in the morning. I'm going to share with you my simple tips and tricks for making yourself feel a little bit glamorous when you're in a work meeting or a client pitch, or even just catching up with friends for a virtual wine. All this prep, believe it or not, should take you under 10 minutes. And I'm going to cover my steps, which include skin preparation, coverage, contour, framing, and colour. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Really simple. So stay tuned. Let's get started. So the first step is skin preparation. So you want to make sure that you've got a clean base to begin with, which is super important. So in the shower in the morning, I just use a very simple face washer. I don't do anything phenomenally difficult. I just use simple foaming face wash or a Nivea foaming face wash. That's it. That's all I use. Sometimes I use an exfoliator. And then for my moisturizing routine, I have a day and night one. And regardless of whether you're going to put makeup on, you should be doing this every day, particularly as we get older. It's really important to make sure we love our skin and keep putting moisture back into our skin because it's the thing that's out seeing the elements the most. So I'm a big fan of Clarins, and I've also discovered since being in New Zealand a product called DMK, and I'm loving their mineral spray. I put it on and it just makes everything else just absorb straight into my skin like it's being sucked in. It's fantastic. So I've washed and I've got a clean base, and then I use my DMK spray morning and night, and then I use either my DMK vitamin C cream with some eye gel, and today I just used my Clarins Beauty Flash Balm underneath my makeup. I'll sometimes use a moisturiser, and if I'm going to be outside then I definitely have to put a sunscreen on, particularly in New Zealand, which is even harsher than Australia. So even when you're going outside, always use sunscreen. And then at night I still use the DMK spray, and I will use the vitamin C, and then I put on my Clarins night cream as well as my night eye treatment. So that happens every day, regardless of whether I'm wearing makeup. So that's skin preparation. Next, we're going to talk about coverage. So all we're doing, the idea of putting like a base or a makeup on after moisturiser is just to give you an even tone. So I use the old style makeup method of doing my shading after I put my base on. So today I will show you, I just put some concealer on, my favourite concealer, which is Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat. And then I just put a little bit of mineral powder on to give myself an even coverage. Sometimes I use a tinted moisturiser, and if I'm doing a big makeup or want to do something fancier, then I'll use my Shiseido Second Skin foundation. But today, just concealer and some powder. So, simple concealer today, just under the eyes, a little bit through the nose line and under the nose, where I get a bit red here. So we're going to blend all that in and then we're going to powder. So I've started powdering this side, just getting a brush like this. Blend. Key is always to blend. And into the hairline. Yep, very light, not too much. Just take the redness out. So today, just some concealer and a powder to give a really even tone and a really quick even tone. Next up, I did a little bit of contouring. So you've probably seen all of the videos where there's like shading and on the noses and on the temples, and I keep it very simple. So you want to highlight your cheekbones and accentuate your jawline. That's all I did, really. So I use a bronzer, a very light bronzer. So I put that under my cheekbones on both sides, and then I did a bronzer through the neck, down past your t-shirt line so it's evenly blended. And I just put a little bit of a pinky rouge on my cheeks to make me look alive so I don't look like a corpse, which is kind of important, yeah. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of bronzer on the cheeks and under the neck to give a little bit of definition, but don't go mad, none of the super shading through your nose, and just a nice bronzer, just a bit of highlight under the cheeks, under the neck, focusing on accentuating your jawline. So the bronzer's done, just on the cheeks, under the neck, as I said, and I'm going to add a little bit of pink blush, just to add a little bit of life, otherwise it just looks brown. So a bit of pink blush, just there on the cheeks. You just want to blend. Now I'm going to soften it all off once I've finished everything to make sure the balance is right. Just under the cheeks and under the neck, that's it. And then the pink blush on the cheeks. So that is contouring. Next up is framing. So the contouring is starting the framing. And one thing that I can't do without, particularly because I'm quite pale and I have very pale hair and skin, you'll see from my in progress videos, which I'll edit into this video, is that My eyebrows and eyelashes are not very dark. So eyebrows and mascara make a huge difference for me. And I always recommend figuring out the best way to draw on your eyebrows because it frames your face. And then if you're expressive when you talk, it also helps. If you're raising your eyebrows, they're beautifully drawn in and they frame the face. I'll say it again, they frame the face. 3 more things to do. Eyebrows, the most important thing. They frame your whole face, mascara and lips. So I'll show you the finished look in a minute. So I just want to just show you the difference with eyebrows. So if you look back at the frame a second ago, now I don't have any mascara or lipstick on, so I'm looking a little bit unbalanced at the moment, but you can see that having the eyebrows really frames the whole face. So I think it's a crucial part of doing your makeup. So framing for me is a combination of the bronzer and your blush, as well as your eyebrows. The other things that are also going to frame your face are mascara and lips. And then the final thing is colour. So you want to make sure that it's all balanced. So you do your initial shading. You can either do your bronzer at the beginning or the end because it helps to see everything else finished. So once I've finished my eyebrows, my mascara and my lipstick, I'll just make sure that my bronzer is the right level so that it's not too extreme or too pale. So it's all just nicely balanced. And that's it. Really simple. So here's my finished 10-minute makeup look. Only the products that I showed you I used today. So just concealer, powder, eyebrows, mascara and a lip stain and bronzer and blush. That's it. And so I'll show you in a minute how it looks with the proper lighting setup and slightly fancier clothes. See you soon. Then once you've got your office set up with the right lighting and the right framing, then it looks like you've spent hours getting ready when in fact it was just 10 minutes. So I hope that's helped today and let me know your tips for what your easy makeup tips are because I always love to learn more. And then another time in a couple of weeks I'll do a much more complicated makeup process where I use my whole palette. But today it was just a few items. So remember, skin preparation, coverage, contouring, framing, and colour. That's it, my top 5 tips. And remember, if you want to join the Sound Voices community, please click on the link below in the description and jump onto our Facebook group. Also, find us on Twitter, Instagram, and check out our website to sign up to our newsletter so that you're informed about our training for performance and presentation, which we'll be launching this year. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share with your friends. And if you haven't already, please watch my 2 videos on my 6 top tips for effective body language and Nina's video on 2 tips that will change your voice and change your life.